Hi, my name is George Madu, and I'm with my friend Ron Weiler, and we're going to be talking about secret number 8 in Ron's book, Beyond the Products. In the network marketing magazine, the most prolific topic in the last 15 years has been prospecting. And secret number 8 in Ron's book is awesome. It's called Practice Icky-Free Prospecting. So, Ron, tell me about Icky-Free Prospecting.
Sure, George. I wish I could claim credit for the term icky-free. I guess I can say icky-free is mine, but one of my leaders was struggling with building her business, and we talked about it. We had different strategies. It all came down to the fact she said, "It feels icky to me. It just feels icky to me." And I'm like, "Well, what feels icky?" And she says, "I just feel like I'm like." They sign up as a customer and they buy the products, but then you're trying to convince me to now have them sell the products. So you want my customers to become salespeople, and to me it's like a bait and switch. It just feels icky. And I said, I could see that. Well, I mean, that's basically not what I promote, but that was what she got out of it, because see, in her mind, it was all about the products. It was all about the products. It wasn't about the business. It wasn't about the other things we've talked about and the other secrets in the book in general. And, I think a lot of people struggle with this because I've talked with other people after that, and it seemed like a common theme. They get started, the company tends to want to push them to sell products, right? And so they have this moment, and in one of the other chapters of my book, I talk a little bit about the phases, right? So the companies typically want you to share the products, right? Share the products. Well, first they want you to use the products, right? That's the first step. Use the products, get familiar with them. Then share the products, right? And then build a business is typically what they push, right? And so I translated that into Ron speak here, and I called it buy the products so they make some money, share the products so the company makes even more money, and build the business so they make more because more people are selling products. It's like rinse and repeat. And to me, that also feels icky, because what you're doing is you're convincing people who love the products to suddenly become salespeople. And people who buy aren't necessarily good people to sell, right? That's not why they joined. It's not why they joined. They wanted to buy the products. They wanted to use the products. And in so many instances, if you follow this pathway, that bait and switch happens, that awkward, icky feeling happens when you're trying to convince other people to sell products. And why does it feel icky? Okay. It's simple. You've made the business about you, okay, and not about helping them. It's like you're trying to convince them to sell products so that your business will grow, so your network will grow. You made it about you. When you make it about you, all of a sudden they feel like they're just there to help you get what you want. And so it feels icky. It feels icky on both sides. Okay. So that's one of the things that I really try to get across to people is keep it about them. And we've talked a lot about that in some of the other secrets. Okay. But make it about them. Okay. So how do you solve this? Okay. So let's talk about a little bit of a mind shift here. Okay. Let's take it a higher level. Why do people buy products? Why do people buy the products? It's probably not because you're pushing to sell them the products. It's probably because there's a problem that they're trying to solve. It could be physical, it could be mental, it could be financial, it could be whatever the reason is, whatever your company's products happen to be, they see it as a way to solve a problem that they have. Okay? Well, how did that problem happen in the first place for them? What caused that problem? And I would say, even physical problems, things like that, a lot of that comes from stress, right? They're stressed out. And the stress tends to cause these kinds of problems. I mean, if you get stressed out, there's all kinds of problems ranging from sore muscles because you're tightening up to cancer to everything else, right? Financial, you name it. There's lots of problems that are caused by stress. Okay, look at your own life. Think about things that stress you out and what has that stress done in your life. Okay, so that's like the next level up, right? Why do they buy the products? Because they're stressed out. It's causing these physical or whatever problems. Then I go, well, what's the next level? It's been my experience in talking to lots and lots of people that what causes the most stress in most people are financial problems. When your finances are not figured out, when you're struggling to pay the bills, when you're, when your output is more than your input, okay, you get stressed. You get really stressed. I know for myself, the biggest stress in my life was probably when we were 100,000 in credit card debt, 10 years ago, before we did our MLM, right? And with no clear way to pay it off. So I joined an MLM. Why do most people join MLMs? To make money, right? Is so that they can get out of a problem they have, whatever that problem is. So how do we help people solve their financial problems, right? Because if you solve their financial problems, or if they solve their financial problems, their stress level will go down, won't it? If their stress level goes down, what's going to happen to the other problems in their life? Okay, you're going to get healthier. Okay, you're going to have less problems because you've got money. Money solves a lot of problems that we have in life. It's just our society, right? It's not the solution to everything, but it clearly helps. I would say, that money doesn't solve everything, but it can sure solve a lot of things. Okay, and when you have extra money, it's amazing how your life and your stress levels and everything else improves. Okay, so how can we help them? Okay, well, I call it network marketing to the rescue. Okay, we have the perfect system, don't we? We have a way to help them solve their financial problems. Okay, so what I would do is this. Instead of trying to sell them products, why don't you think about trying to help them solve their financial problems? And you do that by asking different types of questions. Instead of asking questions about, do your muscles hurt? Here, we got a potion for that, right? You can say things like, what would make, and this is being recorded in 2021, right? What would make 2021 the best year ever in your life? What would that look like? How would that manifest itself? What would it look like for you? Start asking those kinds of questions, because what it will cause them to do is two things, one of two things. Either one, the first one is that they're going to say, go away, I don't want to talk to you about it, in which case they're not a good prospect for what you're talking about, right? Or B, they might say, well, I would like this, I would like that. This would be really cool if this happened. You say, well, okay, would you like to sit down with me and strategize an actual plan to make that happen? Would you like to sit down with me one-on-one and figure out how to make this happen? Because I have something that could totally work for you. What have you done when you do that? You've started to create a relationship. Remember I said before, this is a relationship business. They will feel you care about them because you're asking them questions that nobody ever asks. Okay? You're asking higher level questions. Okay? When you help them awaken their dreams, okay, and help them create this workable plan and put their interests top of mind, okay, how could you ever feel icky? You're helping them get what they need and want, okay? Feeling icky means that you're prospecting them to build your business. But if you help them build their business, you'll never feel icky. So that's how I see that.
That's great. That's great. Well, thank you so much. I look forward to our next lesson and our next secret. So thank you, Ron.
Thank you, George. Keep smiling.